Fan, you couldn't live in the neighborhood, and it was big stuff back in those days.
Fun being an Eagle fan these days, isn't it?
Well, it is now. You know,
great team.
It's very funny. My father's a season ticket holder, and he says every year something happens that breaks his heart, and so far nothing's broken his heart.
Well,
so
you
far,
haven't
so
gotten
good.
to the championship game yet.
I know. That's where it usually falls apart.
Then what happened?
Second down and 10, and that's Sammy Morris trying to work his way through the middle. You know, we were figuring you're one of the few people who do live television.
Yes.
You walk in here, why would you be nervous?
I got to tell you, we have a much smaller operation. I was down in the producer's booth down there, and those guys work hard. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Wait till Business Affairs gets a hold of us after you just said that.
In the producer's booth, huh?
The Miami Dolphins on third down now. Third down and 6 deep in their own territory. They've already punted 4 times. This time Fiedler is protected well. Fiedler going deep downfield, and the pass is nearly intercepted, intended for Chris Chambers, and broken up by Eric Coleman. Hope and Faith, how's it going?
Oh, it's terrific. What are you guys going to do a cameo on the show? Come on.
Next week?
Next week?
Can you write us in?
Can you be my love interest? Because you know I have to kiss every actor that comes on the show.
Me or John? Who do you?
No, you got the right guy right there.
Hold on.
Is he my romantic lead?
Yeah.
You're broken up with me already?
No. He's a romantic lead.
On
He's a
live
guy.
television, that's it. It's over between us.
I've been married 38 years. You got to be kidding me.
I'm just a broken down old lineman.
Here's Matt Turk's punt. And it will roll to a stop. Kelly, great to see you.
It's great to be here.
Say hi to Regis. He's very jealous that you're on here right now.
I know he's jealous. I said I wish my dad and Regis could both be here.
Oh, terrific.
You made this fun. Thank you so much.
See you on Friday night.
Right, yeah. See you.
Kelly Ripa with
Thanks
us at the
being here.
Meadowlands. And back we come after the 7-0 New York.
Each week, ESPN has your ticket for the best in sports. Mondays, fulfill your need for speed as we bring you the best in two-wheel, open-wheel, and off-road racing. Thursdays are action sports days with the wildest moments of X Games and beyond. And remember, ESPN is always your home for the great outdoors with hunting, lumberjacking, and some of the biggest fish you've ever seen. The best in sports each week, only on ESPN.
Line 80 flares at -4. Really needs a few of those, Rodney, because he's trying to move that to the Chiefs. No one else has cracked 100. 3rd and 9. Misdirection. Kicks off. Deion Sanders rolls in for the touchdown. Either tie this game or take the lead. Fiedler to throw.
Got it complete. That's Chambers, and he is gone. Count it down, Miami. Here comes your first victory.
3rd and 16. Palmer will take his first snap out of the shotgun. Under pressure, steps up, going deep and wide open. Chad Johnson from the 36-yard line. Rudy Johnson is free. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A reminder, viewers in our Latin American audience can tune in every Thursday for another great edition of NFL Seminole. Check the time in your area of the world for Alvaro Martin and Raul Alegre with a look ahead at the Week 9 action.
Guys in the game, we've had 9 of them. Jets lead, busted play, and Pennington is able to get it off to Anthony Beck. And Anthony Beck turns it into a 4-yard gain out to the 43, tackled by Moreland Greenwood.
I think he turned the wrong way on this one. Either the back went the wrong way or Chad Pennington goes the wrong way. See, no, he did get out there. It was a bootleg, and he did fake it, but then when he went to turn, you see he comes out there, he fakes here. Now he's going to turn this way and bootleg, and the defender's right there. So that's what it was. It looked like he didn't get that handoff properly, but that was going to be a bootleg.
It looked like a totally busted play, but it was going to be a boot, and Martin takes the ball up to the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a yard, maybe 2, tackled again by Moreland Greenwood.
You know, we're either watching a first half of lousy offense or a first half of very good defense. We've had 6 straight 3-and-outs, 3 by each team. They're combined, they're 0 for 9 on third down conversions. So this is a down that this is the 10th time that one of these teams have been third down and haven't been able to convert.
Is it half empty or is it half full? Third down and 2 at the 47-yard line. Pressure on Pennington. Tries to step away and can't. As he goes back toward the middle, it is David Bowens who comes in to stop him. I don't know if it'll be a sack or not because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, the crowd begins to express its displeasure, and we'll have our 10th punt of the game here.
Right, and you're going to see that Miami found something here. They're bringing both defensive backs off the slot, and they got that earlier. And anytime they get in third down and they split out, they're bringing those corners off the slots, and that has been a tough thing for the Jets to adjust to.
That does go as a sack. Fair catch is called for at the 10-yard line by Wes Welker. This is like Groundhog Day. Jets punt. Dolphins started about their 10. Dolphins punt. Jets started about the 50. Bill Murray and the rest of us will be back. 8:45 to the half.
College football fans, rejoice! Now you can watch over 150 of the best matchups from the best conferences right on your computer. Just log on to espn.com and click on the ESPN Game Plan logo. You're on your way to over 150 of the best games. Sign up for a weekly subscription for the entire season. Watch games live, watch games that are archived, or watch the highlights. It's a college football fan's dream come true. Log on to espn.com, click on the Game Plan logo, or search Game Plan.
American League Championship Series MVP swings and drives this one. Hooked toward the foul pole. Is it fair or foul? It is gone. It's a home run for David Ortiz. Ground ball. That one jumps up and down the line out of the reach of Millar. Renteria is in. This game is tied. Walker to second. Another hit for Larry Walker. A double. Flies that one to right. Did he hook it too much? It's down the line. It strikes the foul pole. It's gone. It's gone. A 2-run homer for Bellhorn.
In front of ball in the division series.
Center field shot. Edmonds back. It's over his head. And it's up against the fence. 2 runs are in. Bellhorn strikes again.
It's been a big week in the football world with the UEFA Champions League taking centre stage. Reflections on match day 4 and a lot more coming up on the next edition of ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass. That's on Friday on ESPN.
Great matchup next week in Indianapolis on Monday Night Football. The Minnesota Vikings go to the Dome in Indy to take on Peyton Manning and the Colts. Mini Indy. Next week, 3rd straight drive for the Dolphins that begins at the 9-yard line and right on the money to Randy McMichael, who got bracketed for a first down. And finally, they get out of the shadow of the goalpost as that one is good for 27 yards.
He threw that one right over. The linebacker was running with him. He threw it right over his shoulder. Watch this when he comes on first down, goes a little play action pass. You see the linebacker has his back to him. He throws it right over his shoulder. That was Eric Barton. He got turned, and you see he throws it right where Barton can't get it, but Randy McMichael can.
Sammy Morris to the 40-yard line. By the way, Marty Booker, who's been in and out, is back in the game. Take a look at Jay Fiedler, the way the season started. Opening day, an 8 pass rating. That's horrible with those numbers against Tennessee. Then last week, 154.8. against the Rams. Perfect is 158.3. 13 out of 17 will do that. He threw for 2 touchdowns and looked good last week against St. Louis, obviously.
Well, the St. Louis Rams were trying to pass against them. They played right into the hands of the Miami defense. And the other thing is the Dolphins got ahead. And when they get ahead, they're a totally different team.
And this year they've been ahead very little. 2nd down and 7. They swing it out to Conrad, and a fullback dances down the sideline in a manner of speaking for a first down. The Dolphins, in terms of times time when they're leading. Take a look at this. I mean, in 2000 and 2002, about half the time in 2003. And look at this. 16% of the time they've been leading this year, well off what the norm is for them, which means they're leading a sixth of the time, or about 10 minutes a game.
Yeah, and that's the offense. Again, we talked about, 5 new offensive linemen, new running back, new wide receiver. I mean, they only have like 3 or 4 guys who've ever played together.
1st and 10 from the 45. Swing to the outside and perfectly read as Marty Booker takes it, and David Barrett is right there. And like he's in a clinic, takes him down. John Abraham, meanwhile, the great defensive end, is getting the attention on the Jets sideline, and Trevor Johnson has come in, a rookie out of Nebraska, to take his spot.
Yeah, maybe that's why the mice are running around now. The cat's not in there. Because
He's a cat.
He's the guy that was raising havoc with that offense, and you get him out of there, and Jay Fiedler on this drive has been getting a little better pass protection.
2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Short drop, quick throw, incomplete. Flag, though, as David Barrett had his hands around Chambers, and the flag came in from the side.
That's the thing. If that corner doesn't beat that wide receiver in that first step on the slot, then he can't touch him.
Pass interference. Defense number 36. Penalizing the spot of the foul. And a 1st down.
See, and Dave Barrett gets beat on that first step on the slant going in, and then all he can do is try and hit behind. See, right there, he's beaten right now. And the only thing he can do is put that left arm up there or chase and let him complete it. When he put his left arm up there and he was behind him, that has to be a penalty.
1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Miami started this drive at its own 9. Fiedler to the outside. Then Randy McMichael has it, taken down by Victor Hobson at the 30-yard line.
One of the things that Chris Foerster, the offensive coordinator, was talking about was to throw drop back pass more on 1st and 2nd down. That they've been running on 1st down, running on 2nd down, and then getting in that 3rd down where they have to pass, getting the big pass rush and taking a sack. And they're throwing a lot more on 1st and 2nd down on this drive, or in this first half.
Fiedler is 8 out of 15 for 97 yards. They have 22 yards in rushing. 2nd down and 4. And again, McMichael is the intended receiver, and he can't make the catch. Reggie Tongue, the ex-Chief, ex-Seahawk, is there with the coverage. 3rd down and 4 now. John, you look at the Dolphins and you think about the history of this franchise, and you think about productivity and Shula's great teams and all of that. They've had only one losing season in the last 27 years, and here they are at 1-6.
Right, and like we said earlier, Dave Wannstedt was thinking, okay, we're going to win 10 games this year. Now, how do we get to 11 or 12? And then, boom, everything went nuts on him.
John Abraham is back in the game, number 94, on 3rd down and 4 from the 29-yard line. And Fiedler throws from McMichael, and McMichael is able to pick up the 1st down to the 21-yard line. And then, you're risking a taunting penalty or a delay of game penalty by doing what he just did. He was frustrated. You could see they had him by the ankle, but there's no flag. 1st down.
And he had to get rid of that ball quickly, so it was lucky that it was a 3rd and short here. You see John Abraham is getting that push up the middle. He comes on a line stunt, and he has to get rid of it right now, and he does to Randy McMichael. And that's a big thing about being 3rd and 3 or 4 or 5. It's a lot easier passing game.
That's the first 3rd down conversion for either team tonight. Over the middle, caught. Randy McMichael, touchdown. So after a series of 3 and outs, after they punted 5 times, Jay Fiedler leads them down the field 91 yards, 8 plays, 7 of them passes, most of them to McMichael, touchdown.
Right, 7 straight passes. Again, he goes play action pass here, throws this ball perfectly to McMichael, who uses his body like a basketball player. You see how he kind of squares and turns, and Eric Coleman couldn't do anything about it. That's one of the problems that the Jets have on defense, is their secondary reaction to the thrown ball.
Matt Bryant, former Giant, who was picked up because Olindo Mare is hurt. Kicks the extra point to tie the game with 4:35 to the half.
This week on ESPN, the UEFA Champions League continues Wednesday, including the match between Bayern Munich and Juve. On Thursday, pro fishermen try to land the big one at the Monster Shark Tournament. And Friday, ranked boxers face off on Friday Night Fights. Then later, the world's most famous cheerleaders sit for their next calendar. Sports all day, every day on ESPN this week.
Giant Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. The New York Jets have been here since '84. They used to play at Shea, and before that, the Polo Grounds, when they were formed as the New York Titans with Harry Wismer as the president. Of course, their dream now is to get a new stadium on the west side of Manhattan. That's politically charged. Oh, what the hell is it these days? But they hope to have their new digs by 2009. They hope to start construction by next spring. Remains to be seen.
Yeah, there's not a lot about the Jets that makes sense.
Yeah, they train in Hempstead on Long Island. They play in Giant Stadium. That's all you need to know.
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Matt Bryant to kick off. And doesn't he remember kicking off in this stadium very well as a New York Giant last year, kicking off out of bounds, which led to a miracle comeback by the Dallas Cowboys in Week 2 on a Monday night. Jonathan Carter takes the kick and brings it back to the 30-yard line. Curtis Martin in action. Closer look at him.
We invite you to tune in tomorrow for UEFA Champions League action as AC Milan takes on Barcelona. Live action. Check the time in your area of the world. This is a rematch of the '94 Champions League final. Barcelona looking to exact some revenge in Nou Camp.
Beat up the bully, or you're going to run scared all your life. Raheem.
Curtis Martin in the backfield. 9 carries to 39 yards. Here's number 10, and Martin has a nice little hole to exploit and gets taken down after a gain of 9, following the fullback Gerald Soule. A little bit on the career of Curtis Martin. 3 years in New England and now 7 years here. Coming down with Bill Parcells when Bill was coaching the team. 98 consecutive starts. Phenomenal. It's longest. I mean, he hasn't missed a start in over 6 years. Most in NFL history in terms of the workload. And he never fumbles. The lowest fumble rate among the 36 guys who carry 2,000 or more times in their career. And again, he chugs ahead and takes it to the 50-yard line. And that's a first down at the 50. 1st and 10.
I think they finally decided that they're going to do the things that the Dolphin defense was worried about, and just run right at those defensive tackles, because they lost their 2. And you start out here and you just start with your center and guard and just double team, get that push right there, and let Curtis Martin get in there and make those quick moves and steps, get that other guard up to that 2nd level, get a missed tackle, and you're going to get a first down.
Jets have more rushing yards 60 than passing yards 53. A little trickery here, but Martin winds up with the football, and it's a gain of 6 yards. Gerald Soule shoved it to him, passed it out to him, and here's Michelle.
Well, Curtis Martin, Al, was not happy with his slow start last season, so he decided to make a change in this preseason. He said last season his mind and his feet just weren't coordinating. His mind would say, hit the hole, but his feet wouldn't follow. So he decided to use this preseason to get over that stuff early, to make sure that he didn't have a slow start this season. The coaches weren't necessarily thrilled about that, Al, but he demanded he play a lot in the exhibition games, and he considers that one big reason he's gotten off to the quick start.
He's 31 years old, looking like 21. Here he is again. Swings to the outside. Nice tackle by Thomas to prevent, at least temporarily, a first down. Zach Thomas chasing him down, getting him from behind. 3rd down.
And that's the thing that Zach Thomas was worried about last night. He said, we have to stop Curtis Martin. He said that he has so much talent that he gets in the hole and makes the first guy miss. And then with our corners playing man-to-man, and they get their back turned to him, if you miss the tackle, it's going to be a big play. That time, Zach Thomas made the tackle.
2 minutes to the half at the Meadowlands. Miami 7 and the New York Jets 7.
Cut line 80 flares at -4. To the Chiefs. No one else has cracked 100. 3rd and 9. Misdirection. Picked off. Deion Sanders walks in for the touchdown. Either tie this game or take the lead. Fiedler to throw.
Got it complete. That's Chambers, and he is gone. Count it down, Miami. Here comes your first victory.
3rd and 16. Palmer will take his first snap out of the shotgun. Under pressure, steps up, going deep and wide open. Chad Johnson from the 36-yard line. Rudy Johnson is free. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
No equipment needed. Only your hands and your heart. And according to the outcome, you will live 3 minutes of hell or 3 minutes of glory. Friday Night Fights on ESPN. Championship Boxing on Friday Night Fights Special Edition. Undefeated Juan Baby Bull Diaz defends his WBA lightweight title against the experience of Julian Bobo Lawsey, who's in search of his 41st knockout. Friday on ESPN.
At the 2-minute warning of the second quarter, Monday Night Football on ESPN. Jets and Dolphins all tied up at 7 apiece. And a reminder to keep it here for the NFL Halftime Report coming up just as soon as this second quarter ends. We'll kick it off with SportsCenter in game.
The elections in history. The Electoral College has determined, of course, the winner, despite the winner having fewer popular votes. Lamont Jordan takes the ball to the 28-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, the Jets have something going now. They came out and they've run 5 straight running plays. They run inside, they run off tackle, and now they have the Dolphins back on their heels. Watch Kevin Mawae, the center. We talked about how he pulls. And then not only does he pull, but when he gets there in the open field, he always makes not good contact, not average, but great contact, and just takes guys down.
First and, yep.
I was just going to say, he's a heck of a player. I'm really impressed with him.
From the 28-yard line, Pennington protected well, goes to the left side. The defender falls down, and Justin McCairns is out of bounds at the 1. He couldn't get in after Sam Madison, one of the best corners in the league, loses his footing and falls to the ground. And now they're going to look at it again, and one official comes in and rules it a touchdown.
Here's the route first, and you're going to see Sam Madison right back here. He's going to start inside. He's going to the post and goes back to the corner. Sam Madison falls down, and again, the ball crossed the plane of the goal line, and it can be outside of the pylon.
This is something that can't be challenged, but can be reviewed from upstairs. Boy, that is a beautiful toe dance.
Right, as long as his feet are inbounds, as long as he's inbounds, the ball can be outside. The ball can be outside the pylon, and it's a touchdown.
Because as they like to tell us in the meetings we have in the summer, the goal line extends to infinity. It goes around the world. If you're inbounds before you cross the goal line, that goal line goes forever.
It was a heck of a move by Justin McCairns. So, you know, when you run a corner, you have to sell the post. He did it perfectly to Sam Madison.
Ryan for the extra point. So the Dolphins have this long drive, and the Jets come right back and answer with one of their own, 71-yard 6 plays. And the interesting thing is 5 of them were running plays, just one, the pass.
Right, and that set up the play-action pass. And again, McCarron starts into the post. Sam Madison starts to run to the post. McCarron comes back to the corner and makes the catch. And then again, keeps the feet in bounds. Although the ball goes outside the pylon, it's a touchdown. One official was trying to spot it there.
Sure he was, and then the other came in and he said nope, he wasn't out of bounds and he wasn't contacted.
But you see how he sold that post to Sam Madison? He sold it so well, Madison went to the ground.
That's very interesting because the official who's right on top of the play thought he went out of bounds. But another official several yards away comes in and says, touchdown. It was reviewed by the guys upstairs. They confirmed. Clearly it's confirmed on the replay. And Pennington has just led his team down the field with 5 runs and 1 pass after Fiedler had led his team down the field with almost all passes and just 1 run.
I think that's the thing. They always say you want to be able to run or stop the run, because once you get the run going, then the play action pass is a natural.
All timeouts remain, all 3 for Miami, with going to kick off and Brian Gilmore to run it back. Gilmore from the 15-yard line. And not too happy is Gilmore as he gets taken down to the 33-yard line, flag down. Ron Winter. Was he the first referee to wear glasses, John?
Yeah, I don't know if he was the first one or not, but I'll tell you, I was happy when they started admitting they couldn't see.
Number 51 of the return team. A 10-yard penalty. First down.
Just like the rest of us. Monday Night Football brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Coming up on the NFL Halftime Report, Sports Center in-game. Got some soccer news to get you caught up on, and the Tennis Masters Cup is looming. Who'll be there and who won't? And the NBA season starts this week. Will Shaq be in uniform? Find out all that and more coming up at halftime on Sports Center in-game. Now back to the final moments of the first half. Monday Night Football.
We don't fit in the tunnel.
You don't fit in the Lincoln Tunnel.
No.
First and 10. 22-yard line. Pass caught. He keeps calling McMichael's number. Tackle is made immediately, however, by John McGraw. Clock continues to tick down. They have all of their timeouts. McMichael has now caught 6 passes, and they're taking a lot of time here on second down. Shotgun. Fiedler slings it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Chris Chambers. He couldn't hold on. Chambers, who, if he gets hot, I mean, he can do so many things. He's could be one of the best receivers in the league at some point. Blank tonight.
You know, and that's another problem that the Dolphins have, is they're built to be a running team, but their best playmakers, like you bring up Chambers, McMichael's, their best playmakers are receivers.
They lost a pretty good one too. The tremendously talented David Boston, who they picked up in the offseason, but he got hurt at the start of training camp. Gone for the year. Third down and 5. Fiedler throwing. It's a little low, and the Jets all say no, and it is confirmed by the officials. So it's 4th down now, and they're forced to punt with 28 seconds. The Jets will get the ball, and the Jets have all of their timeouts.
You know, one of the things that teams will do to Jay Fiedler, because he doesn't have a strong arm, when he gets on one hash mark, they'll do what they call void a zone. In other words, they don't think that he can get the ball all the way across to the out on that other side that he just threw there, so they won't put a guy in that zone.
Turk to punt. Moss. Fair catch. 30-yard line. Crowd thought he had room to roam. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Chad Pennington doesn't throw a lot of long passes, but when he does, he's very accurate. I mean, take a look at that pass rating to targets more than 20 yards downfield. That's tremendous. And a 55% completion percentage as well to go along with that. So when he goes downfield, normally it's with some success.
But I think it's something that has to be set up like that last drive. I mean, it was Curtis Martin running, and then they got the big one. Here was that first down. The first touchdown, what they did is they got a mismatch. They put Sol on the outside, and then they had a linebacker on Corbett. And here was the second one. It was a heck of a pass and a heck of a pattern by Justin McCarron.
So the 2 scores tonight, 2 passes. more than 20 yards downfield, and they give it to Martin, and he bucks ahead for 12 yards up to the 42-yard line. Now they have to take a timeout with 14 seconds remaining. We have a moment. Take a look at our two new golf analysts on.
More UEFA action coming your way on Tuesday. Don't miss this matchup here on ESPN between Arsenal and Panathinaikos. ESPN is your home for the UEFA Champions League. Now we'll go back to Monday Night Football, where the Dolphins and Jets battle it out in the final moments of the second quarter.
McMichael going back to the locker room. Doesn't appear to be anything serious, and it doesn't look like Miami's going to get the ball anyway. But maybe just getting an early start back there.
That's exactly what he's doing, getting a head start on whatever he has to do.
1st and 10 now up at the 42-yard line.
Now Herm Edwards has a clock management guy, and it's Dick Curl standing on his left there.
Not a lot of clock to manage at this point with 14 seconds. Flag, and they've got a free play coming because of an offside, and the pass is caught at the 36-yard line by McCarrons. So you've got 5 seconds, and the thing about this is you can't decline the penalty and get the time back on the clock.
Defense number 91. Penalties decline.
Yeah, I mean, in other words,
and a first down.
the point I'm making is that you can't say, look, we don't want the result of the play. We want the clock to go back to 14. They can't do that. They have to take it.
No, they have to take it where it is, and now they're in a bind that they really can only have one play here. I think you have to go for the end zone, because even though they have 2 timeouts, I don't know that they can complete a pass to get in field goal range and take a timeout within that 5 seconds.
The kicker is Doug Bryan. You'd be looking at a 56-yard attempt.
And there's no tougher place to kick than this stadium, although the wind doesn't seem to be real bad tonight. I've been in here when it's been impossible to kick. So I think they have to take a shot for the end zone.
At this point, you have to. The worst thing for Miami would be for them not to get into the end zone, but a defensive foul, because the half can't end on a defensive penalty. So now Pennington is going to throw, and at the 32-yard line, an immediate timeout is taken. First of all, the Dolphins are going to say he didn't catch the ball. That's Wayne Corbett. You have 1 second. They used 4 seconds. They called an immediate timeout. You can, by going down like that and giving yourself up, that in effect is a timeout.
And that's what Wayne Corbett did. He caught that ball, and once he catches it, he's going to be right here. He runs this little quick out. Now he goes down right there, gives himself up, and then gets a timeout right at that point.
With 1 second, so they had to run a play that took 4 seconds or less. He winds up gaining 6 yards. So instead of a 50, let's say 55 or 56 yarder, this one's going to be spotted at about the 39 or 40 to make it a 49 or 50-yard field goal. We'll wait till he puts it down for Bryan.
Chad Pennington was talking about Wayne Corbett, how, you know, he's so steady, and he said anytime you need a play, you always know where Corbett is going to be, and he's probably the only guy that could have made that play for the Jets.
Dolan puts it down. Bryan boots it, and the kick is good. Not a lot of clock to manage, but they did that pretty nicely.
Great clock management.
Big field goal turns a 7-point game into a 10-point game. So I had a halftime show coming up next from the Meadowlands.
Each week, ESPN has your ticket for the best in sports. Mondays, fulfill your need for speed as we bring you the best in two-wheel, open-wheel, and off-road racing. Thursdays are action sports days with the wildest moments of X Games and beyond. And remember, ESPN is always your home for the great outdoors with hunting, lumberjacking, and some of the biggest fish you've ever seen. The best in sports each week, only on ESPN.
ESPN Sport Legends presents Anna Kournikova. Even though she has never won a singles title on the WTA Tour, Anna Kournikova is one of the most famous athletes of her era.
Anna Kournikova is sex with a tennis racket attached.
She is a breathtakingly beautiful woman. You know, it's hard to get past that when you're a spectator and you're watching her play tennis.
I started practicing with Anna at 12 years old, and each year that we would hit, she would come with a little less clothing. First it was a normal outfit. By the last time we hit, she was 16 or 17. She just had a little sports bra and some little cotton panty things on. And I actually said, next year, are you coming completely naked? And she said, in your dreams.
She's going to be a star as long as she wants to be. And I don't think her winning a title is actually going to affect the level of stardom.
You don't have to miss American college football anymore. ESPN Game Plan gives fans the games they want all season long right on your computer. ESPN Game Plan is the only online pay-per-view package that offers maximum college football. Just log on to ESPN.com and click on the Game Plan logo, and you've got over 150 of the best games in the college football season. Games are live and archived. You can watch any game, anytime. Log on to ESPN.com, click on the Game Plan logo, or search Game Plan.
This is SportsCenter in-game. Barcelona and AC Milan resume their battle for control of Group F for the Champions League when the teams meet in Barcelona on Tuesday, November 2nd. Milan has the edge following their narrow 1-0 victory against Sampdoria in Milan 2 weeks ago. They lead the group on 9 points from 3 games, followed by Barcelona, who have 6. Barcelona knows that a second defeat to Group F rivals AC Milan could complicate qualification for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Bertie Voigt resigned as Scotland coach, blaming what he called disgraceful abuse. The German's resignation has been accepted Monday by Scottish Football Association's chiefs John Macbeth and David Taylor. A decision was to be made on Thursday, but Voigt, well, he felt he could not go on any longer. Defending champion Tim Henman and Australian Leighton Hewitt were given byes into the second round of the Paris Masters Series event in France. Henman had qualified for the season-ending Masters Cup in Houston after Andre Agassi and David Nalbandian withdrew from this week's tournament with injuries. As a result, Henman, Murat Safin, and Guillermo Coria clinched the remaining spots in the Houston event. Shaquille O'Neal may not be ready for Wednesday's season opener at New Jersey. The 11-time All-Star center missed most of the Miami Heat's practice Monday because of a strained left hamstring. Heat coach Stan Van Gundy said O'Neal participated in some defensive drills but wasn't on the floor for 5-on-5 work. O'Neal missed 3 preseason games because of the injury and sat out practices on both Friday and Saturday. Latrell Sprewell says he'll ask to be traded if the Minnesota Timberwolves don't extend his contract by Wednesday night. Earlier in the preseason, Sprewell said he wanted a contract extension by the November 3rd opener against the Knicks, or he would ask for a sign-and-trade deal or wait to become a free agent. Either way, Sprewell said he didn't want to negotiate during the season. He averaged just under 17 points a game last year. He's due to make $14.6 million this year. The Arizona Diamondbacks introduced Wally Backman as the 4th manager in team history. The team interviewed 8 candidates for the position, but settled on Backman for his fiery approach to managing. Backman, 45, was named Minor League Manager of the Year by the Sporting News after leading the D-backs Class A affiliate to the California League Championship Series. The official autopsy results from Caminiti's death showed that he died October 10th from acute intoxication due to the combined effects of cocaine and opiates. A contributing factor was a coronary artery disease and cardiac hypertrophy, an enlarged heart. The death was ruled accidental. On October 14th, ESPN's Jeremy Schaff first reported through a police source that preliminary results of the autopsy showed that the former National League MVP died of a drug overdose. Tune in to the next edition of SportsCenter right after the game and check your local listings each night for your edition of SportsCenter.
Simply the finest football on the planet. ESPN continues full-day coverage of the UEFA Champions League all the way through the championship game in May. ESPN, the home of the UEFA Champions League.
for the thrills and spills of motorsports all season long is ESPN.
It's been a big week in the football world with the UEFA Champions League taking centre stage. Reflections on match day 4 and a lot more coming up on the next edition of ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass. That's on Friday on ESPN.
This is ESPN's World Club Top 25. Serie A leader Juventus opened the season on top in the first edition of the ESPN World Club Top 25 for 2004-2005. Juventus have not allowed a goal in Champions League action this season and have conceded just 2 goals in 7 Serie A matches thus far. Liga Premier leaders Barcelona won their 5th straight league match this weekend with a 2-0 win over Osasuna. Arsenal lost to Manchester United on Sunday. The loss ended the Gunners' 49-game unbeaten run in the English Premier League. FC Porto failed to make the first edition of this season. Boca Juniors, last season's number 2 club, opened the rankings at number 11. Among the surprises are Liga Primera Sevilla, the Bundesliga Stuttgart and Wolfsburg, as well as English Premier League side Everton. And Mexico's Veracruz are making their first appearance in the top 25. This was ESPN's World Club Top 25. For more information, log on to soccernet.com.
Moment 39, another twist of torture for the Red Sox. Aaron Boone batting, bottom of the 11th, Game 7, 2003 ALCS.
He swings a long high drive down the left field line. It's over. Aaron Boone has homered on the first pitch from Wakefield, and the Yankees have won the pennant.
Welcome back to the NFL Halftime Report. Monday Night Football. The Dolphins and Jets going at it in New York with the 17-7 advantage after a late flourish in the second quarter. Mark Brown back with you for now from the ESPN studio. Let's go back to some first quarter action when Jay Fiedler going to find Donald Lee for the short completion. He gets hammered by Eric Barton, fumbles the football. Reggie Tung comes up with a recovery, and the Jets in business out near midfield. Didn't take him long to capitalize. Just 2 plays later, Wayne Corbett hadn't caught a touchdown pass all season long. Hey, no wide receiver for the Jets had caught one until right there, a 35-yard strike, and it was 7-0 New York. Told you about all the trouble that the Dolphins have had running the football deep in their own territory here. Jets defense winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, dropping them for a loss there. Miami couldn't get any offense going whatsoever in the first quarter. Jets defense being felt here, though. A good pass rush here on the blitz. Pennington taken down for the sack by David Bowen. First sack of the night for the Dolphins on Pennington. Later on, Miami would finally get a 3rd down converted and keep the drive alive, this time finding Randy McMichael. Fiedler, 21 yards for the score. 8-play, 91-yard drive, and it was 7-all in the second quarter. That's the way it was until very, very late when Chad Pennington is going to look for Justin McCarons. Off of play action, McCarron's going to make the catch on the sideline. Look at him keep his balance and dive forward just inside the cone for the touchdown. 27-yard scoring strike to make it 14-7. Jets. The right call was eventually made here. The official on the scene ruled him out of bounds, but conferred with another one to make the correct call, getting just inside the cone there. And then, with 20 seconds left in the half, the Jets got the ball back. They went 39 yards and set up Doug Bryant on this 49-yard field goal attempt. Playing a little draw just inside the right upright. So a couple of late scores in the last minute and 7 seconds. The Jets get 10 points for the 17-7 lead. Here's your quarterback comparison. Fiedler having an okay day, 11 for 21 for 131 yards. That's more yardage than as Pennington, but on fewer passes. Pennington got just a few less yards. It has the 2 touchdown passes. So now 7 TDs against just 2 interceptions on the season for Chad Pennington. And most important, the Jets, with their 5-1 record, have the 10-point advantage over the Dolphins at halftime. When we come back, we'll look at some more stats and start the third quarter.
American League Championship Series MVP
Swings and drives this one. Hooked toward the foul pole. Is it fair or foul? It is gone. It's a home run for David Ortiz. Ground ball. That one jumps up and down the line out of the reach of Millar. Renteria is in. This game is tied. Walker to second. Another hit for Larry Walker. A double. Flies that one to right. Did he hook it too much? It's down the line. It strikes the foul pole. It's gone. It's gone. A two-run homer from Bellhorn.
In front of ball into the business series.
Center field shot. Edmonds back. It's over his head, and it's up against the fence. 2 runs are in. Bellhorn strikes again.
(1971). Steve Carbone felt the Big Daddy Don Garlett psych job cost him the 1968 U.S. Nationals Finals, and he vowed revenge when the two reached the finals in 1971. Carbone outweighted Garlett in one of the most dramatic burndowns in NHRA history, and the strategy paid off. Carbone raced to the win over the heavily favored Garletts. I'm Kurt Johnson, and it happened at the U.S. Nationals in 1971.
The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN. Live tonight, Panathinaikos takes on the Gunners of Arsenal. In the game of the day, Barcelona battles AC Milan. And later, Moscow battles Chelsea. And then tomorrow, live from Germany, Bayern Munich takes on Juventus. Dinamo Kiev and Real Madrid tangle. And then we're in Old Trafford, where Big Red Manchester United takes on Sparta. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Monday Night Football about ready to get the second half going. The Dolphins, well, as usual, they are playing from behind. They are coming off a victory last week, their only victory of the season. It was an impressive one over St. Louis, 31-14, but once again, finding hard times when they are trying to score points. Prior to those 31 points last week, they hadn't scored more than 13 in a game all season long. Here's the running game comparison. And it should come as no surprise, the Dolphins are not stacking up to the Jets' running game, averaging just about 2 yards per carry. And Curtis Martin, meanwhile, has rushed for 81 yards on 14 carries. Let's get back out to Al Michaels to start the second half.
Point game, 17-7. The Dolphins have had a lot of trouble in the third quarter this season. Miami's been outscored 47-3 in the third quarter, and we start the third quarter here with their defense. Matt Bryant to kick off. It is a line drive that is fielded at the 9-yard line. Jonathan Carter gets in behind some blocking, turns it into a pretty good run back, takes it out to the 36-yard line, and we go to Michelle.
Al, at halftime, I spoke with both coaches. For Dave Wannstedt, it's all about stopping the Jets' running game. He was concerned coming into this game that his defense wouldn't be physically up to the task of slowing the running game. He said, I'm still concerned because we haven't done it yet. As for Herm Edwards, he doesn't like the fact that his defense has had to spend so much time on the field. He wants his offense to do a better job of converting on third down, staying on the field, putting more points on the board. Al, the 10-point lead isn't enough for him.
The interesting thing is the time of possession is about even. Miami's 16 minutes, Jets 14 minutes. And as Pennington on 1st and 10 calls the signals from the 35-yard line, here's Martin. And John, I thought they were doing a pretty good job against the running game until the latter stages of the first half.
Right, because in the latter stages, the Jets just kind of majored in it then, and they just kept running it and running it and running it, and they really got something going.
There are the numbers, 95 rushing yards, a lot of those on that last drive that culminated with that one pass to McCarron's. Martin has 86 yards on the ground, and that one turnover by the Dolphins was very costly. It led to a Jets touchdown. 2nd and 5, Martin swings to the outside and tries to cut it back up. Gets knocked down at the 41-yard line by Antoine Edwards. The center, Kevin Moreeeee, has been mic'd up. Here he is again.
Run the ball again. Let's run the ball again. Don't throw it. Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Oh, that's right, baby.
Every offensive lineman in the world wants to run the ball every time. But when you throw it and it's a touchdown, they're the happiest guys in the field.
3rd down and 4 as Pennington throws. Martin. 1st down again to the 45-yard line. He caught it about a yard shy of the 1st down and had no problem picking up about another 13-yard gain.